Excuse me, what? Okay, so like souls or energy from the victims or something?
What?
I don't know.
Okay, we've got explodey hands now. Wait, is it all converging on the hand? What?
What is it?
Chat! Chat, vote, 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 vote! What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know what the right answer is, so I'm just gonna let you guys pick one, and then I'm gonna blame you if it goes bad. I don't like this. They're voting to confront it. You're gonna get Jaime killed. You're gonna get him killed. Oh God!
How are you today?
Holy crap! Did he just stab him with his pretend knife? Damn, chat! You made him break up with his girlfriend and then killed them both. You are messed up. Beyond the Gate, Garrett Manor, 2024.
You shame yourselves.
Yeah, you shame yourselves.
Nothing. Not that I can see. Telling you, this door's a waste of time.
Whatever's back there, it's important.
I want you all to remember that while I had control of this, no one died. Alright? Other than Frank Stone in the prologue. That's it. This is all you.
Put it behind this thing. I think the only way in is to solve it. There's an empty slot, so there must be a missing piece that fits here.
Okay, let's say we all go hunting around this place for the missing cylinder tumbler thing. Even if we manage to find it, how do we solve the rest of it?
Maybe there's something else in the atrium that's like a clue.
Why would anyone put a clue for their massively complicated lock right out in the open? Practically right in front of it.
Just a guess, but why not try this?
Good guess.
Well, I wasn't actually expecting that to work.
Almost like you knew.
When he reached his hand in there and we heard it click, I thought his hand was about to get chopped off.
Not getting in there without a key.
Okay. Oh, we looked at this book last time. I remember this. It requires me to open it before I can put it down again. Dude, why would there be a solution right here? Just every Resident Evil game.
Something this weird has to be important. Does it open?
The Dead by Daylight universe has monsters from Resident Evil, Chucky, Michael Myers, Demogorgon from Stranger Things, and more. Doesn't need to make sense. Doesn't it also now have William Afton from Five Nights at Freddy's? I'm pretty sure I've seen clips of that. Or Springtrap. The Legion. Who is this character? This actually looks kind of cool. It's like a girl with a hoodie and like a Baraka arm from Mortal Kombat. I don't know that one. Movie review, Murder Mill. Reviewed at the second Fiendish Desires Fan Festival by your correspondent, Rabbit Hound. At first glance, the only real issue with Murder Mill is its unskillful composition. The cinematic equivalent of your sister's kids putting on a play for the family before Thanksgiving dinner. The film sadly begins to dissolve into a vehicle for the filmmakers to not scare us, the audience, but instead show us how many other better horror films they've seen. The thing is, these aspects are not unusual in the genre and have more or less become par for the course over on the festival circuits. What was unusual, however, was the oddly unsettling feeling that blanketed the 10 p.m. audience from the first frame, and honestly cannot explain why. The overall sense of dread that evening was palpable and unlike anything I had experienced before or am keen to experience again. The screening was mercifully cut short, though, as two festival goers began to assault nearby audience members before turning on one another, turning what was a below-average movie-going experience into absolute pandemonium. This reviewer could not get out of that theater fast enough. I'm not sure if this is a trick or gimmick of some kind on the part of the filmmakers, and I'm not sure how that would even happen, but I'd have to imagine anyone with the mind to do something so devious would make a much better film than this. Lounge Island Auction House.
That's a lot of dollar for an old movie.
Invoice, Augustine, Garant Manor, description, cinema, cult rare, quantity 1, price $10,000, $2,000 tax, amount due $12,000. Okay. Augustine has paid large sums for other 8mm films apart from Linda Maddie. Okay. Probably to the cabinet
downstairs.
I know! Don't tell me the answer, Aloy! Jeez. Give me a minute. Would you move?
Something's missing.
Oh. This thing over here, I think. Oh, no? No, that doesn't go there. I haven't been down here since we... Oh, this is the right shape.
You're coming with me, buddy.
Did she just put that whole tree in her back pocket? That is amazing. She got genes of holding.
Some kind of hammer.
I wonder if it's from the statue. I
From the
know!
statue of that little dude.
Use item. Place.
One hillbilly and his hammer reunited. Okay, time to unlock that gate.
Now the question is, now that we've got this thing, how if the person we need to talk to is behind this gate, how did they get in there? Because they didn't do all this.
What prize lies behind the mystery door? Do I even want to know? Maybe it's a pattern, but I can't make heads or tails of it. Or heads and heads. And heads.
Alright, house, skull, I don't know what that is. And this one is skull, spider, tree. And this one is smiley face, hammer, or jack-in-the-box. Okay.
There's something etched on these paintings.
What? There's something etched on the paintings. Oh, there's a little house in the corner of the painting. And there's a tree. And it doesn't even matter what the third one is. I can brute force it. What a convenient time for Linda to go. There's something etched on the paintings.
That was not so bad.
It's a private reliquary.
Well, if you were hoping for some insight into how Augustine's mind works, I think you got your wish.
Hooray.
I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this.
Let's take a look
Linda
around.
22254 Sanctum. I think that's the Huntress mask. We saw a toy of her earlier. That I don't
It's like
know.
a museum for... I have no fucking idea what. Something unearthly for sure. This whole place is like a film set.
Akkadian demon. Statue from Akkadian Empire. Cuneiform on fragmentary clay tablets discovered nearby suggest it represents a mythological demon. Worshippers believed it capable of bestowing supernatural power in exchange for their devotion, protecting them and destroying their enemies.
Hey, Linda. Check this out. These mean anything to you?
Yeah, actually. It's exactly like in my film, The Prophecy of Pain. You know, right after they open the tomb?
Oh, yeah, totally. It is exactly like that. Huh.
There is no tomb in The Prophecy of Pain.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was getting it mixed up with one of the
Come
other...
to think of it, I don't think there are any tombs in any of my movies. Never been into ancient curses and all that kind of fantasy stuff. But you know that, right? Since you're such a big fan of my work?
Okay, look.
You haven't seen a single one of my films, have you?
I am a fan of your reputation.
Sure.
Honestly, just when it comes to movies, I'm more of a... kind of guy. Like, crowd pleaser. Cliff Barra.
My films examine the persistence of evil in the heart of humanity. I'm sorry they're not crowd-pleasing enough for you. But now that you've shown your hand, why don't you tell me how you actually came into possession of the film?
Well, if that's what you want to know, I'm afraid I am gonna need something in exchange.
Chat. How you feeling about this? Respectful, I can offer you my friendship, or mischievous and make a wager. You guys are all like gamble addicts with ectoplasms. I know you're going to pick mischievous. I'd be shocked if you didn't pick mischievous. There's no way. On this one, you're predictable.
Why don't we make it interesting?
How so?
A little wager.
Terms.
If I win, you tell me what I want to know.
And if I win?
I'll give you my section of the film.
Deal. That's official. You can't take that back.
Jesus, hot sauce. We're not 12.
Flip for it?
Sure, but I get to call it. I call it or no deal.
All right. What's it gonna be?
All right, chat. Heads or tails? I believe most coins, I think heads wins like 51% of the time. So I usually go heads, but it truly could be either way. And remember, if we lose this, it's your fault. %61% voted tails.
Tails.
Crap.
Ah, you win, chat. Good choice.
I believe we had a deal.
There's not really much to tell. I won it in a bet from a real down on his luck guy. Now he's dead. So, he's not exactly missing it.
Who was he?
A guy called Robbie G. That's how I knew him.
Robert Green?
Sounds right. He was basically 1 foot in the grave when I met him.
Poor Robert. What happened to him?
From what I gathered, it sounded like he had some serious daddy issues. Never shut up about how much his dad fucked up his life. Anyways, there you go.
So Robert did get out of there alive, which I did not expect. Okay. Fold of Fear, Justin Joffrey. It is the 1960s and America is in crisis. Eager to escape the era's political turbulence, a band of idealists started building a new society under the guidance of their charismatic leader. Before long, their numbers swell, with hundreds leaving their hardships behind to join the fold. But making a perfect world demands more than affirming mantras and a positive mindset. Soon, the personal troubles of the flock start to poison their paradise, and the things take a real turn for the worst. Manifestation. Getting back to the settlement would have been easy a few hours ago, but the starlight was now suffocated, strangled by storm clouds. Bird says, Muck, everything go okay this morning? You had to cut the morning service tour. Yeah, everything is totally fine. I honestly think it would it would dampen the mood if I explained to you what I had to do. So let's just say it was some family stuff I had to go to. Everything is fine. Beatrice could neither see nor hear whether she'd been followed, not with the air so full of driving rain, as well as the cackling of crows cutting across each other quickly enough to sound like mocking laughter. Their cacophony never seemed to fade, no matter how much distance she put between herself and the stage. At least she couldn't hear the squelching, the slithering, the screaming. Yet still she pushed on through into the roaring darkness. There was no way she could stop, not now. Not when she had no clue where that thing might be. The thing that Stamper had called conjured, created. Not when the memory of it rising from the sludge and ripping Ron apart was still burning right in her mind. Something smashed against her shoulder, sending her spinning, tumbling backwards into stones, sliding down into shallow salt water with a noisy splash. She landed with a painful cry, the sharp metallic taste of blood filled her mouth, and she released an awful scream as her nerves began to burn. She tried to force herself back up, only for her bad angle to buckle. She dropped down with a scream of pain. Beatrice reached for the rocks for support, trying to find purchase, but her grasping fingers met only what felt like sinew and spines and sludge. For all the tears beginning to fill her eyes, she could just about see the Druinese form looming over her, still dripping with the mud it was born from and the gore of her friends. The clouds closed above, and rain beginning to drum once more. A knotted appendage in the monster's loathsome form caught the distant dying half-light as its body moved to strike. Okay, that's... it's a little creepy. A fiction book in the world, but maybe a dark reality in another. Figured. Door locked. What's going on here? Alright, that moves the story on. Oh, here's the mask from Frank Stone.
Is that dried blood?
Easter egg from another franchise? Maybe. We got a few in here. Press to play.
I am speaking from the Trade Winds Movie Theater on Texas Avenue, where we are witnessing some sort of protest, or I don't know. All I am able to report at this point is there have been several attacks on the general public as well as police and medical personnel. It's not overly clear, at least to us, what the catalyst for the situation was, but I can confirm that it started in the cinema itself. As it has been reported, an employee was stomped to death during a showing of Murder Mill. From here I can see considerable damage done all around us, and police are currently doing their best to control this crowd. Okay. Oh no, okay, now there is an arrest taking place, and several people are moving in, storming the officers at every side. Oh my god. Oh my god! Okay, that was an explosion. That was an explosion. I can't see. I can't see. Oh my. The police have now opened fire. It now sounds like the police line has been broken. I can't see anything. Oh my god! Oh god! Oh god!
Holy shit.
Dang, Linda, what did your movie do to people? The rumors are true about Murder Mill inciting violence. It was screams of joy. Yes, they loved the movie.
This is... No. There's no way. It can't be.
A broken Super 8 camera.
Hey,
This is
Linda.
the one that they sold at the pawn shop. Or not pawn shop, but
You
the
should really come see.
whatever the shop was with the spooky owner.
What is this?
It was just displayed here, open to this page.
Talismans. Contain wells of great power, can take many physical forms, often manifest as keepsakes of past victims. Victims? Keepsakes of past victims, which can become protective talismans for those who bear them.
What do you think it means?
I don't know. But it must be important to Augustine if it was left open on this page.
Maybe it's...
I mean, it sounds like a phylactery for a lich. Also, for younger audience, like Horcruxes, like from the Harry Potter series. The idea is that Big Bad puts their soul in an object, and as long as that object is intact, they cannot be killed. Is that Robbie? What the heck? Wait.
Sheriff Green!
What? Oh. And they said, okay. And so that's Robbie's dad. You're playing it? Yeah, Irath, this is our second session. We started it on Friday the 13th. A Perilous Place, Cedar Steel Mill, 1980. Quick question. Hang on. Eamon Oni says, Mug, how you doing? Quick question. What's the easiest dungeon for a healer spec chrono to solo? I need monk runes and party finder is empty. I do not know the answer to that. I have not done dungeons in quite a few years. Let me, chat. Can I extend the question to you guys? In your opinions, Guild Wars 2, easiest dungeon to solo. Let's give it a second and see if there's any takers. Barry says Sorrow. Charmon says just start doing dungeons solo and leave it in the looking for group and it'll get filled up. Couple of good ideas there.
Think we should go retrieve the rest of the crew?
It's like he doesn't even question anything they tell him anymore. I mean, he's a smart kid, but parents can be wrong. He's got to get that through his smiley little skull.
Bonnie?
He can't just be a little mama's boy forever.
Bonnie.
Huh?
It's getting really cold. Maybe we should, get the others, head out?
Oh. Cold. Yeah. I got something for that. Pocket warmer.
Chat, please do not have the underage kid drink alcohol when there's a murderer after her. It will slow her reflexes. That would be stupid. That would be a dumb thing to do. Don't do it. Reluctant chat. We're going reluctant here. Glug, glug, glug. No, no, no.
Thanks, but probably shouldn't drink on the job.
You sure?
Oh, there was like one sip left?
Oops. I guess I got colder than I thought when I was following you guys all the way out here.
Nah.
I know my limits. I've had to stay right up against them just to get through the past couple weeks at home.
It can't be all bad to spend more time with your family.
Spoken like a true person who's not spent enough time with my family.
I've spent a lot of time with Jaime.
Jaime's... he can be all right. He just needs to grow up.
Not gonna happen, he's dead.
You've got to convince him to leave Cedar Hills when he graduates. He could come to New York, anywhere. He just can't stay here.
I don't know if Jaime's ever even imagined himself anywhere else.
He's in
Doesn't
hell.
think that far ahead.
Well, even if he hasn't, you've got to.
What, leave?
Yeah. I mean, unless there's some secret, unrequited reason why you might want to stick around.
I would click playful, but we're gonna see what the chat thinks. Muck killed him. That was your vote, Caladoa. Caladoa killed him. You sent him straight to God, same day shipping. You could veto it? Oh, okay. So you guys did a crime, and I didn't jump out and stop you, and it's my fault.
Business, Bonnie Rivera.
Look, if there's one single thing a small town like this has to offer, it's freshly squeezed gossip.
Why do you hate Cedar Hills so much? You used to be like town mascot.
Oh, that was when I thought the world began on Main Street, circled all the way around the earth, and ended right back on Main Street. Once I moved to New York, I realized the real world starts on Canal Street, bounces back and forth between Avenue C and West Side Highway, and ends on 14th Street. Cedar Hills ain't even in the picture.
How's it going with your band? I really want to see you play some shows.
Oh, donezo, broke up, kaput.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Bands, you know. I started a band to get girls, but I made the grave error of dating a girl in my own band.
Oh?
She was cool, but once she found out my trip back home was indefinite, she and the band pretty much moved on without me.
You deserve better than that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe we should Go find everybody else.
Are you sure?